Let's go to the last part of this topic. Now, curve surface area of a footstool. Curve surface area of a footstool. Now, let's look at this example. Find in centimeter square the area of material required for a lampshade in the form of a footstool of a cone, of which the top and the bottom diameters are 20 centimeter and 30 centimeter respectively, and the vertical height is 12 centimeter. From the question, you realize that the top is for 20 centimeter, the bottom is for 30 centimeter, and the height is 12 centimeter. So they said the lampshade is in form of a footstool. So whenever you have any question on a footstool, you understand that you must try to complete the drawing. So normally you have to have a big cone. So a big cone, then the part that is cut off is this side. So you now have two cones. You're having the big cone and the small cone. You realize that you are told to look for the curved surface area. Find in centimeter square the area of the material required for a lampshade. So it means that you are expected to look for the curved surface area of this footstool. So the curved surface area will now be what? The curved surface area of the big cone minus the curved surface area of the small cone. So if you look at it, they say if you look at this diagram, this is 20 centimeter to be the diameter of the top here. If you divide 20 by 2, you get what? 10 to be 10 centimeter is the radius of the top, which is the radius of the small cone. Then the height of the small cone we don't know. We said we use for x to represent it. We don't know the height of the small cone. So that is x, we are using x to represent it. Then for the radius of the small cone, that's 10 centimeter. Then we don't know the slant height. In curved surface area of a cone, we need, that is what, pi rn. So we need to know the what L represent the slant height, but we don't know the slant height of this small cone. So we are now using y to represent it. Now let's come to this big cone. For the big cone, if this place is what, 30 centimeter, if we divide 30 by 2, you give us the radius of the big cone, which is what, 15 centimeter. So this is 15 centimeter. So they said the height of the big cone is what? This from here to the fulcrum is 12. Then from this place to this place is x. So the height of the big cone will now be what? 12 plus x. So that's 12 plus x. Then we don't know the slant height of the big cone also. So we are using x to represent it. So first of all, we need to know the value for x before we can do anything further. So you realize that when the height of the small cone, the ratio of the height of the small cone over the height of the big cone should be equal to the ratio of the radius of the small cone over the radius of the big cone. So the height of the small cone, we said that is what? X. You can see it is x. So over the height of a big cone, what? X plus 12. That's x plus 12 is equal to the radius of the small cone, which is 10, over the radius of the big cone, 15. So 10 over 15. So if we do the 10 over 15 to the lowest term, will give us what? 5 here 2, 5 here 3, 2 over 3. So when you cross multiply, so 3 times x will give us 3x is equal to 2 times x plus 12. So 3x is equal to 2 times x will give us 2x. 2 times 12 will give us 24. If we bring this 2x to this side, it's plus, when it comes here, now turn to minus 2x is equal to 24 is left here. 3x minus 2x is equal to x is equal to 24 centimeter. So it means the height of the small cone is what? 24 centimeter. Now, in this small cone, we need to know the slant height also. For the slant height, so if this height will give you a right angle with the base here, so that means if you now have a right angle triangle here, you can use Pythagoras rule to get the value for this y. This is x squared, this y is the hypotenuse. That's y squared should be equal to the to x squared plus 10 squared. So that means you're having the hypotenuse is y squared is equal to x squared plus 10 squared. Y squared will be equal to, our x is what, 24 centimeter. We've got that to be 24 centimeter plus 10 squared. So 24 squared is what? 576 plus 10 squared is 100. 576 plus 100 will give us 676. To get y, so that means this y squared is equal to 676. This square, you now make it to find the root of what you are having here, 676, which will give us 26 centimeter. If that gives us 26 centimeter, so we can easily look for the curved surface area of the small cone. The curved surface area of the small cone will now be pi RL. The radius of the small cone is 10. The slant height is now what? 26. When you now substitute 22 over 7 times 10 times 26 will give us 5,720 over 7 centimeters square. Now we've been able to get that of the small cone. Let's come to that of the big cone. For the big cone, you realize that for the big cone, we can easily get the height of the big cone, which is what, 12x plus 12, and we've got our x to be what, 24. So 24 plus 12 will give us what? 24 plus 12 is 36 centimeter. So the height of the big cone is now 36 centimeter rather. Now, if you now look at this, if this place is 36 and this is 15, you realize that the height and the radius will give you, will be at right angle. So that means this line z is facing them, that will be the hypotenuse. Z square should now be equal to 36 square plus 15 square. So that means z square should be equal to 36 square plus 15 square. 36 square is 1,296 plus 15 square is 225. So when you add the two, you have 1,521. So if our z square is equal to 1,521, to remove this square, you now find the square root of this side, which is what? Square root of 1,521, which will give us 39 centimeter. So that gives us 39 centimeter. So it will be easier for us to look for the curved surface area of the big cone, which is what? Pi RL. So the radius of the big cone is what? 15. The slant height of the big cone is now what? 39. So when you multiply this, you have 12,870 over 7. So the curved surface area of the fruitstone will now be the curved surface area of the big cone, which is 12,870 over 7, minus the curved surface area of the small cone, which is 5,720 over 7. So the LCM of 7 and 7 is 7. 7 is 7, 1 times 12,870 will give us 12,870 minus, how many 7 is 7? 1 times 5,720 will give us 5,720. So 12,870 minus 5,720 will give us 7,150, everything divided by 7. So centimeters square. So that means if you divide that by 7, you are going to get 1,021.4285714 centimeters square, which is approximately 1,021 centimeters square. Now, so let's now do this work practice. A lampshade has a height of 12 centimeter and upper and lower diameters of 10 centimeter and 20 centimeter. What area of material is required to cover the curved surface of the fruitstone? B. What is the volume of the fruitstone? Number 2. If this is the fruitstone, the figure shows the flower vase whose circular base is parallel to its circular top. Calculate the curved surface area of the flower vase. Thank you.